the experiences that you had throughout your time at Development Group, multiple deployments, are there different operations or instances that kind of stand out the way you remember them that are noteworthy?
Yeah, so there were two that stick out to me. One, there was a really good one, and one, there's a really bad one. Which one do you want me to do first?
Let's go with the bad news first.
So bad news, common question I get are, what were your most difficult deployments? And mine specifically was 2012. We were in Afghanistan. Some atmospherics that I think weigh in on that were I had just had my first son, my wife had just had my first son, and I left on deployment when he was 3 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so finally had that boy. I don't have to worry about passing my name off anymore. I can go get blown up or whatever, kind of on him. But yeah, left when he was 3 weeks old in June. And so we went to, we went on deployment, and one thing that was different on, I wouldn't say different, but completely different on this deployment was every room we were staying in were dead guys' rooms.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from August 6th.
Oh, wow.
When those guys, so that was already eerie. Reliving Red Wing, 6 years again, 6 years later after, it happens, and going there, being the first time father, staying in dead guys' rooms that you knew and you were really close with. It was the deployment, the kickoff was just different. And we started getting rockets into the base, and we've had, I've been on multiple deployments where we get rockets. It is a thing, but it's usually a couple. It's not 200.
Yeah.
I've never felt as unsafe on a base than then. Where we're staying, the rooms we're staying in, the ops were pretty normal. We got into gunfights. We did stuff on our kind of vampire schedule, and every time we came back, we would just get rocketed, and they just kept getting closer. And vampire hours, I think some people know them, some people don't. Basically, you wake up, right as the sun goes down. You go to bed pretty much right as the sun comes up. You eat dinner for breakfast. You eat breakfast for dinner, and you work in between. And that was kind of the schedule that we were on. And it was like every day. The rockets kept coming in, and they just kept getting closer. There was just nothing that we were doing operationally that were putting an impact on this. And so they finally kind of started honing in on who was doing these rocket attacks, where they're coming from. And we go out on this one op, we're on kind of those side-by-side ATV things on the back, drive them off of helicopters, eating sand, almost like Rogue Warrior.
Yeah.
At night, nods tubes, we needed some of those dirt bike peel off, to clear off the dust. It's moon dust that's seeping through mask and garb, and just it's an experience.
Yeah.
And got into this really big gunfight this one night. We had kind of set our side by sides, hit them, and start walking in this town, and immediately get into a gunfight. It was a couple hundred yards away, but it just kept intensifying as we kept diving more and more into this town, to the extent of we're getting intel saying that they see us and they're setting up on us. At only one other time that we've had intel that they were setting up an ambush on us, and we didn't go on that one, but this one we're already in it. We're in the town, and we're trying to get out of the town. We can push deep enough into it. We get this, I'm going to fuck up the nomenclature, but some 83 millimeter, something, recoilless rifle. So 10 feet tall, 170 pounds. For whatever reason, we had to bring that fucking thing out of there.
Jesus.
Yeah, we did.
How the fuck do you bring that out?
Over your shoulder.
No shit.
And we,
Log PT?
yeah, like log PT.
Yeah.
We rotated guys carrying this thing, 2 guys at one time, because one end was heavier than the other. Like it's kind of like a cannon in a sense. And I remember I'm kind of telling the story a little out of order, but getting into the town, all the gunfights, hitting the target, finding this thing, having to take it back out and dodge these ambushes that are being set up to get back to the side-by-sides and get on it and get out. And it felt like an eternity, a sense of, are we going to get out of this town? Like, we're hearing they're surrounding us, taking effective fire, shooting people, people setting up on us. It's 2012, like, been at this for 7 years. Like, this is, not that it doesn't happen, but this is just intensifying more than making progress. So, there's a mixture of things between recce guys dropping bombs for us to get out of the town. We're all shooting, like we're not going through lots of mags, but like we're all shooting to get out. Finally get out, get to our side-by-sides, get this cannon loaded up, get on the helicopter. I don't even think we could shut the back door, but whatever. Get picked up, get back on base. We're debriefing about this fucking nightmare, and kind of description on what happens usually after targets when we get back. Sunrise is coming up, eating breakfast for dinner, taking a shower. We usually always kind of watch some sort of episode show.
Was there a favorite? Or what? Like what show?
Californication was.
I can only imagine like the actors and the people that make those movies would. I'm curious what they would think to know that, these tier 1 fucking American warriors are watching this shit right after an op before they go to bed overseas.
Man. We'd go heavy episodes.
No Sex in the City.
Yeah,
maybe.
Some guys just didn't admit it. I don't know. That morning we sitting there watching some episodes like normal, kind of eat, talk about what'll happen in the next 24 hours, and we go to bed. And there are these Quonset hut kind of tan fabric things that we've built pretty much in the dorm rooms out of plywood and 2x4s. Typically, this is usually when rockets come in. But at this point, like we're halfway, 3/4 of the way through the deployment. People usually go into cover, but at this point, we're just like, whatever, hit us, don't hit us, just where we were. And everyone's going to sleep, lights are out, and this boom goes off. And when I say boom, I thought our tent blew up.
No shit.
Yeah. Like, I got into a fetal position because I thought that was the only way I could physically survive this thing. Because I didn't know. I was like, holy fuck, a rocket. Like, I expected to look out the door and see half of our tent gone. It's not what happened. Basically, a 5,000-pound VBIED went off about 100 yards from us.
God damn.
A dump truck. And that went off and basically blew all of us out of our beds. It basically lifted all the moon dust up. And, we're running around in, like, board shorts and trying to put some shoes on. Frag starts coming down through the roofs, like, smashing guys' gear, computers. There's kind of a little wall in between where we were with another unit that we were working with. The overall circle of our compound was connected, but now we're thinking that they got blown up. So we put board short shoes on and we're like kind of running to see what's going on. Guys are grabbing gear. And we realized, all right, well, it wasn't that group. And then we kind of see over the wall. And this VBIED basically blew a hole in the wall from the exterior of the entire
Holy
base.
shit.
Some of us were running with no guns, including myself. Wasn't the best decision. Mistake, lessons learned. The group scattered in what they were focusing on, and guys getting gear and the communication. But a collective group of us, including like our ground force commander, which was awesome, are running up because they basically blew up a bazaar, a hospital, and like you're just seeing people just blood coming out of their face, like buried rubble, and this gap, and like you hear about it, like they blow holes in walls, and now guys are coming through with guns. we got our GFC, our ground force commander. He gets in a turret behind a 50. We're grabbing guns to, basically hold off whatever's coming next. And luckily, nothing came.
Oh shit!
Nothing came because we responded so quickly.
Wow.
They had 20 dudes 50 yards away that were coming through, and they saw the response, and nothing came.
Wow.
The after effects of that, though, like the blast after effects last a long time. So, like our entire team was fucked up from it, and
what kind of injuries were all like
just overpressure,
like blast lung type shit?
Yeah, just I remember them asking me, "Do you know what day it is?" Like, I don't know, Saturday. Like, yeah, it's Wednesday. Like, okay, it's Groundhog Day, anyways. Yeah. Sure. And a number of different questions. They kind of give you the test, and all of us failed.
Is it fair to say that you pretty much all had concussions?
Extreme ones.
Yeah.
And I think after that op, there are a few more ops that we did where houses blew up on us. So it was just like dumbing our healing levels down. But that one just kind of, hate to say icing on the cake, that thing left our entire team
rattled.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just extremely fucked up. And they followed in with rockets and that kind of stuff, but that stuck out to me a lot. It shook us up pretty bad.
Yeah.
A few weeks later on that deployment, rockets started coming in direct to our base, like blew up our gym, blew up our fight gym, blew my TL off the treadmill. And it was just different. I'm trying to manage looking at my son. Well, it's all going on. It's not easy.
Because at this point, he's a couple months old, right?
Yeah, he's like 3 months old,
yeah.
4 months old. So a lot of different mixed emotions, and just getting blown up a lot. We hit a few targets later on in that deployment. Houses blew up on us, people blew up on us, and it crippled us. It was known. It was known across the command how bad it was.
Yeah. Two questions, I guess. When the rockets that are coming in, do you know what kind of rockets are coming in?
Yeah, they're like those recoilless, right? Like I think, like I said, I was gonna mess up the nomenclature if it's like an 83, whatever.
Yeah.
It was like kind of Soviet era things that would come in
and like a handful or dozens or.
They usually come in volleys, 3, 4. They'd move, 6, coordinated. Mostly during the day, and then they started coming in at night. But as the time progressed, the concentration of them focused on us.
So they were getting better at
getting more accurate,
and they knew who you were and where you were at. And
there's so many foreign national locals that are in and out of the base helping contracting that.
Yeah,
it's not a secret.
Yeah,
and it was difficult. There's one guy that came back and immediately got out. Another guy a few years later that killed himself, and suicide. And a number of guys that just kind of were never the same again.
Yeah. Did you guys get tested for TBIs and shit after?
Oh yeah, we failed miserably.
All have them.
We got those ganglion shots in our neck, which is supposed to reset our sympathetic nervous system, and it lasts a couple of days, but came back angry.
Yeah. Did that deployment change you?
Yeah.
Like for good?
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day?
Yep.
Yeah. What can you say about the biggest change? Like
noises. We live by an air base. Jets sound like incoming. Even dumpsters get dropped out, like explode. Like somebody dropped a Yeti water bottle the other day. We were walking on an airplane. Just get you nervous, anxiety building up. Makes you want to stay distant. not exposed kind of any vulnerabilities to anything.
Would you say that the way you are with that stuff today as we sit here is any better than it was right when you came back? Like, has it subsided some?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What, I mean, and that's pretty common for the whole crew, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think, like it's hard to experience that and reset and not be concerned that it would happen again.
Yeah. Is there anything that any of your guys have been able to do that have helped with that? Any like the Mexico ayahuasca trips or anything like that?
I think there's a lot of therapies that are being explored that are helping people. A lot of research being done across ayahuasca and some of that treatment. There's some treatment I think coming out of California as well, and some of those studies on the neurowave, magnetic stuff. I haven't been a part of, but just hearing about, and a lot of funding from different organizations to get research and get people better on that. I mean, what they did after that, and what they typically do, to give you Band-Aids, give you prescriptions.
What would they give you for that?
I mean, it's a cocktail mixture. Every prescription is a science project on you, because if they give you something, give me something, we may react completely different.
Yeah.